If you ever see a pro Dota game, one thing you can't miss is the casters talking in the drafting stage about how the hero is going to be played. Is it going to be a carry bounty hunter? Is the bristleback going mid? And so on. This is because Dota has the unique benefit over most other games like it in that most heroes can be played in many different situations and fulfill different roles. This was best said by the Dota god Notail himself.
So I still see like Dota as just a weird game. Like you can do a million things and everything can work.
A really cool inspirational quote. Thanks Notail mate, you're a flower and all that, but how do I actually translate that into winning games? Well, think of a Dota team like a basketball team. The goal of the game is to get the ball in the hoop, but how you go about it depends on your position in the game. Are you a point guard, a small forward, or a 5? Each player in the team has a common goal, but a completely different playstyle. The same is true in Dota, but what changes here is you get a lot less exercise. I'm the Seer, and this is the Noob's Guide to Dota 2. Previously we split heroes into carry or support roles, but that's not good enough. Take Zeus for example. He isn't technically a carry because he can't deal attack damage to heroes and buildings, and he isn't really a support either because he needs time to get strong. So whether he will be more of a support or a carry depends on what lane he goes to, what items he builds, and the general playstyle overall. This reveals the second way to categorize heroes, and that's farm priority. Farm is the available gold and experience on the map. When you kill creeps, you farm them for resources, and there is a very limited amount of that money available. So how do you choose who gets the most farm? That depends on your hero and how you have chosen to play them. So let's go through all 5 roles in no particular order. Position 2, Mid. This position is the Michael Jordan of a Dota 2 team. Mid players have the best mechanical skills in the team, pressing buttons and executing combinations with the speed of a StarCraft pro, the finesse of a haute cuisine chef, and the attitude of a 40-year-old mother of 3 asking for the McDonald's manager. Mid lane is typically played solo, and this is what attracts players with big egos. They are clearly the best player on the team, so they think they can take anyone on. 1v1 me, bro. Also, because there's only one hero in lane, all of the gold and experience gets pooled straight to you. No pesky supports in lane sharing XP, which means that mid will have a huge experience lead over the other 4 laning heroes. How you use that lead is what separates a good mid from a bad one. A good mid lane hero is a carry with high mobility that can kill enemies very quickly, and who benefits from an early XP lead. This is where you will see heroes with the nuker subrole. Nukes are spells that deal burst damage quickly. Zeus is one of the best example heroes. Once the laning phase is over, however, mid players take the second highest farm priority, as they tend to spend less time farming gold and more time looking for flashy plays and ways to flex on the enemy team. Position 1, Hard Carry. In their minds, hard carries think they are the lead protagonist of their favorite anime. They start super weak and with the whole world against them, but through pure skill, they overcome the odds and defeat the enemies in an epic finale that takes 50 seasons more to finish than it should have. Traditionally, hard carries go to their side's respective safe lane, bot for Radiant and top for Dire. The reason for this naming convention is the way the map is laid out and where the creeps meet at the start. Level 1, the safest position on the map is here, right by your tower. In reality, carries are massive babies who show up in lane with minimal regeneration items and expect their lane partner to protect them for 40 minutes until they get all of their items. Once the game progresses past the laning stage, a hard carry will not join fights with the team, choosing instead to farm items in all 3 lanes in the jungle. The jungle is where neutral creeps live. These guys spawn on every minute mark on these locations on the map called camps. Heroes of any side can kill them, and doing so gives golden XP, slightly more or less depending on the level of the neutral. Neutral creeps also drop items of their own, which cannot be bought from the shop, so it's the hard carry's responsibility to get these items for the whole team. Any hero can be given farm 1 priority, but the best, hardest carries are those that have 1. Some way to get close to enemies. 2. Some way to boost their attack damage. 3. Some way to escape from enemy focus or negate enemy damage. Aside from that, items from the shop are most effective on the hard carry, which is why they have to be perfect at last-hitting creeps in the lane. The more gold you miss, the later those items come, and the later you'll be effective. The best hard carry players in Dota know how to farm the map like a rice field, darting from lane to jungle, soaking up the money as they go, buying items to improve their farm until they become unstoppable. Whereas bad carry players will feed the enemy lane by diving their tower and blame their supports for not warding. Position 5, Hard Support. The lane partner to the hard carry, the 5 role is the one with the least farm in the team. A good position 5 hero is one that needs no items to be effective in a fight. Usually this translates to heroes with big disables, spells which can stun, slow, or otherwise stop enemy heroes from using their abilities. As a hard support plays with no items, they are the weakest heroes throughout the game, often being the first target of the enemy assassins looking for an easy kill. A good position 5 is all about the following. 1. Securing the lane for the hard carry, meaning keeping the enemies in lane far away so the carry can last hit freely. 2. Controlling map vision through placing observer wards. 3. Stacking and pulling jungle camps. To stack a jungle camp, draw neutral creep aggro by attacking them just before the minute mark. DOTA will check the camp, and seeing it's empty, will spawn a new set of neutral creeps. This can be done several times in a row, and it's a way of creating a farm bank for your team. A good hard support acts as the team captain, guiding his team members to objectives using wards, locking down enemy players with stunts, and surviving with almost no items. A bad hard support will forget to place wards and feed the enemy 15 kills after minute 10 because the lane phase is over, I did my job, report trash carry, noob uninstall. Position 3. Offlane. While the position 1 and 5 heroes are on the safe lane, the protagonist of the opposing hard lane, or offlane, is the position 3 hero. The offlane is the Dennis Rodman of the team, always causing trouble and making the enemy hard carry's lane impossible to farm. Offlane heroes are marked by these things. 1. A way to counter enemy attempts to push the lane. 2. A way to escape from enemy attacks. 3. General durability, allowing them to soak up enemy damage. Offlaners are traditionally the team's initiator. They might have an ability that can lock down multiple enemies, allowing the rest of your team to swoop in and kill them. The best offlaners don't suffer from being far from their own tower, and manage to get farm on their hero, while at the same time denying resources from the enemy carry, or even killing them outright. Later on, they build items to either counter the enemy carry, or help them be more effective in fights. A bad offlaner will simply feed the weaker hard carry in the lane phase, then later on, die first in fights, and blame the team for not also dying with him. Position 4. Second, or soft support. The most mysterious role in Dota, few players actually know what to do as a soft support. To be fair, the rules are not clearly defined. The problem is that a position 4 is expected to have at least some items later on, but is also not allowed to get last hits in lane. So how is the soft support supposed to do that? One way is to act as an immediate support to the offlaner by pushing the enemy players out of the hard lane with disables and nukes. The other way is to roam and gank other lanes, turning close calls into kills. A good soft support doesn't need as many powerful disables early on, and can be a hero that scales with items. Aside from that, a soft support is supposed to help the hard support stack camps and buy wards when they can't. Later on, they are meant to buy utility items that help them protect their team's heroes or significantly boost their own abilities. A good soft support will secure all 3 lanes with well-timed ganks and early kills on enemy heroes, then still be effective in fights with few items, whereas a bad soft support will have no items and will blame the team's hard support for not warding, even though it's technically also their job. And now you know hero roles. See you next time.